I inherited $60,000 and blew in 3 months.
What the How did we spend that?
You gotta be careful what women you surround yourself with.
Are we blaming the world? What?
All things considered, I'm so lucky that I didn't have a kid with some psycho.
You would be the psycho to have the kid with. You have your guitar with you?
Yeah.
Let's at least test your talents. Can you This is where I push the red button going, eh!
Hello, my name is Beamy. I am 29 from Austin, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
Oh, same age here in Austin. That's kind of fun. I haven't done someone my same age in a while. We can compare and contrast, see where we're at.
Yes.
What do you do for a living here in Austin, Texas?
Yeah, so I'm a musician and a writer, primarily.
Musician and a writer. Okay.
I worked in education for over 5 years with the school district.
Here?
Yeah, in Austin, yeah.
Musician, some people make a living in Austin. So how are you doing?
Not well.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well.
Yeah, it's a thing, and it's not.
It's a thing.
Very fun.
It's not very fun. Then why are you doing it?
I'm transitioning. I'm kind of like.
When are you getting your tits?
I would like to. I think that
no one liked that joke. Apparently, I thought it was funny. That's awesome. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. It's a joke. We call that humor. It's not.
I'm dabbling in acting, so I'd like to be an actor to be being.
Well, you seem to be doing all like the fun, like I hope I'm good at this careers.
Right. So
what are you making right now?
Nothing. I mean,
well, how are you living right now?
I'm barely.
People love it when no one makes money on the show.
So like I don't spend that much money, but I haven't made that much money in a long time. So it's been really difficult to save money up. But
wait. So how do you get? You say you don't spend much money. How much did you spend last month?
I don't know. Enough.
Give me a number. What do you think?
Oh, what do I think?
You don't spend much money.
1,500, 2,000. I don't know. Less.
Well, kind of in the middle. So 1,839.
Yeah, cool.
How did we spend that without making any money? When I saw money come in, what's shipped for 1,400?
So yeah, I've been doing grocery delivery on the side.
Okay, so that's money. What are you talking about then?
Yeah. It's just like it all goes back to gas.
You did not spend 1,400 on gas.
No, but like car insurance is $300.
Spent 547 on gas.
Yeah.
So a third.
Yeah.
It's not insignificant.
Yeah. So then
okay. So
300 on car insurance, 81 on phone bill, and the rest. I have 2 dogs. So most of the things
Why do you have 2 dogs? No offense. I want everyone to get dogs. I love dogs. That is not fair to the dogs that you have them, but you can't even pay bills. It's not their fault.
Correct. Well, they are who have gotten me through all the things that I've been working through, and so like, I don't know. It was a couple years ago that I inherited $60,000 and blew in 3 months.
What the?
And,
okay. Well, I got excited for a second. I was gonna say let's pay off that.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you.
And you have some matcha. Matches your personality. Let me smell that real quick. I want to smell that.
Go for it.
Let me make sure they drugged you with something.
Hopefully. Could probably
it smells like water.
They told me I was going to get to meet MC Hammer. I thought they meant MC Hammer.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a good one. Okay, so what do you so you blew $30,000 in a few months. When was this? Is that how we are?
This was in June of 2022. I found out that I had inheritance from 7 years prior. So I went homeless and like was sleeping on the street and stuff. And like
we have gotten to 29 in very different paths.
For sure, yeah. I
never got inheritance. That would have been nice, but
right. I didn't know I had it for 7 years. I didn't know it was my money, but it turns out it was in my account the whole time. And
okay.
So while I'm like busking on the street, for $1 a day to get like a French loaf from the grocery store to
why have you never like worked like an adult then?
Well, I have. I mean, I worked in education for 5 years, and I did sports broadcasting.
It's not like a few years ago. Anyone could get almost any job they wanted with that job market. So it's just like as long as you had any kind of qualifications.
Right.
I'm oversimplifying but it wasn't like like there was a lot of choices going into this, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of not great ones. I mean, I think that you got to be careful what women you surround yourself with too. I think that I was in.
Are we blaming the world? What?
I'm not blaming. I'm acknowledging that I gave too much of myself to unhealthy people, that I didn't put myself or my well-being first, and through it just gave up everything.
What? Yeah, fine. Yeah, give us some context of the situation. Sure. So go ahead.
I mean, like,
what are you trying to say?
Well, like when I inherited that $60,000.
No, the people you surround yourself with.
Well, I mean, didn't have a great family growing up, and my dad died when I was in high school, and it's all right. And he was like the one person that kind of gave me real life stuff, and so then from then on, I was just kind of winging it myself. And then my best friend.
Was the inheritance through him?
It was through his mom, but yeah, basically from him. Yeah, sure. It went to him, but then instead of going to him, it went to me because she died after he did, and yeah, so like. Then you know, the rest of the family that was left after him was just kind of manipulative, like greedy people who just wanted to everything for themselves, and kind of kept me in the dark on a lot of things as I was becoming a man. And then by the time I was a man in the real world, like I didn't have any clue what was going on or what I was doing. And then yeah, so like in December of 2019 was the first time I had a good job. I was getting paid good. I had my own apartment.
What were you making?
More than 20 an hour, I know at the time, and I had like a 1 bedroom.
By the way, before we allow the stories to go too long, context of the situation, they're probably like, okay, yeah, but what are his finances? And that's fair.
Yeah.
You almost have no debt. You have a little bit of debt.
I'm very lucky.
You have debt that the rest of us in the world, if we were responsible, could knock out in a single second. You, for some reason, are holding on to it like a child because you refuse to make any money. Even the money you have, you just spend. So you have a little bit of collections and a small little credit card. That's okay. All right. So go ahead with your story now that they know.
So
because I mean, makes sense. Oh, and you're also like taking micro payday loans. Go ahead.
So I believe in like living without ceilings. Like I've in the past couple of years, I've had multiple jobs.
Belief? Okay.
Yeah. I have had a couple of jobs where it's like, cool, I can like stay here for 6 months, and in 6 months I'll have everything paid off and I'll be in a good spot financially. But
what does that have to do with ceilings?
But in that is the ceiling of the 6 months. I'm like, all right, I'm doing all right. I'm doing decent. But I believe that in that time frame, I could like basically struggle a little bit longer to then have a much higher payoff, where the skies are opened up.
Yes.
Right.
We don't have to look at it.
I believe in sacrifice. Yeah. I guess that's what I'm saying.
That's what they call it.
Yeah.
They call it sacrifice.
I think that sacrifice is, if played right and with the right intent or like navigation.
Okay, then why are we intent? Like, what are you talking about? That sounds great. I agree with that.
Cool.
You didn't do it. So what the f are we talking about?
I'm doing it. It's happening. Like I'm moving to Philadelphia next month, and I gotta like
figure out. That's a sacrifice?
Well, I mean, I don't have anything set up, so it's like I quit.
That doesn't sound like a sacrifice. That sounds like a poor decision if you don't have anything set up.
It's a risk, maybe, but what I believe is a high risk, high reward.
Yeah, you sound like you've done high risk, high reward your entire life, and so far the reward has been collections. And taking out micro payday loans.
Right.
So how the f*** are you moving to Philadelphia, not a cheap city?
Well, initially I was thinking Pittsburgh, but then I started. Yeah, it's cheaper. And then I was like, you know what? I can do whatever I want, and I can figure out whatever I want, and I'm afraid of nothing. So I'll just.
Yeah, but this goes against what you were just talking about. You had almost a responsible mindset for a second, and now you're talking like a child.
I do go back and forth. I think that I think that my childlike, fantastical beliefs in the future.
Beliefs in the future.
Compared, what are you talking about? Tied with.
What the f did I just walk into? What are you talking about?
I think that things can happen very quickly. Like whether we're talking 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, and as I've made the wrong choice in a lot of the past like few years, it's taught me to move forward with better choices.
And moving without any plan and no money and taking out micro payday loans is a good choice.
Well, so I've realized that I am not taking out micro payday loans anymore. I think that's a bad idea and it's not helping.
No.
I've also realized like every bit of money that I make, most of it should
you're doing
be
that like literally
untouched
right now, so I don't know what you're talking about. Not gonna do. You by not going to do anymore. You mean like starting now, which
Basically.
I have no hope in because you're doing it right now. So go ahead. Sorry. Continue.
And so, well, like there's a lot of things that I was doing 2 years ago that
What?
I mean, buying stuff that I shouldn't really be buying. I guess I didn't have money to buy, or like when I had that $60,000, I was just.
Oh yeah. So how'd you go through that 60?
My partner at the time wanted to get an RV, and so she paid over $25,000 for an RV that was actually like she didn't know anything about like mechanics or cars or whatever, so it was like it wasn't running.
Did you consent to this purchase?
Basically,
okay,
I consented to everything that she wanted and just did it.
Okay.
And then
So
she
why are
ordered
you
a
blaming
crap
her?
ton of takeout. I'm not blaming.
No, you
her.
just did again, and she ordered a crap ton of takeout.
That's the reality of what happened.
Yeah, but you just said you were
was,
agreeing and consenting to this. You didn't stand up and say like a word.
I mean, I was there. I didn't open the RV either.
Huh?
Like the hood. We should have checked under the hood. When we did, it was just covered in trash.
What, the RV?
Yeah.
You still have the RV?
No, we left it in some random parking lot and got out of there in like the desert of California. Yeah, it was a weird time. We were like sweating in the desert.
So $25,000 left in the desert.
Yes, and then the rest was spent on like Airbnbs and takeout food, and then getting her.
She may have been an influence. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like it was 100% your fault. I'm not saying that. But like you got to have a little bit of a backbone. You're consenting to this whole thing. Like if you can't stand up at all for anything. What?
Yeah,
is that what you mentioned at the beginning? Surrounding yourself with bad people. Is that what you mean? Her?
Yeah, her.
But you did it. You did it.
Like
but
people,
you didn't do anything.
I surrounded myself with her.
Yeah, but you didn't say a word.
Right, which is what I had to learn from it. It's like now I'm surrounded by nobody. Which is
$30,000 for someone that has negative dollars is a big learning lesson. Learning lessons.
Some lessons are bigger than others.
Yeah, but also I don't think you learned because you're about to do the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I moved to Puerto Rico from January to April of this year.
And that was probably also the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life because you have nothing to show for it.
Right.
Yeah, you moved there with nothing, and how are we right now?
With nothing. And I slept on the sidewalk, and I just don't. I also.
How'd you get to Puerto Rico?
I flew. I actually received received a little bit of assistance.
Oh, okay. How?
Like a program that like offered to pay for my relocation.
What kind of program? What kind of program does that?
Programs that help like homeless people and stuff. To go
to Puerto Rico?
Well, to go anywhere. It was like if you have a friend or loved one anywhere in the country, in the United States, they'll pay.
What loved one was in Puerto Rico?
Well, I had a friend that I used to work with that moved to San Juan like 6 months earlier.
What? So this program, you could be like, I have a friend here.
Yeah.
And they will just fly you there?
Yeah.
Well, obviously this didn't work because you're not there.
Well, yeah. So when I got there, like, I had
Did they know where you were going?
They knew I was going to San Juan. Yeah, and they knew I had a friend there, but they didn't necessarily. I don't guess they didn't know that. Well, with my two dogs, like I wouldn't be able to. Well, I didn't know for sure either. Like, she had roommates, and I couldn't stay with her, so I had to still figure it out on my own. So I was trying to.
What am I listening to? What kind of creature is in front of me right now? I absolutely hate misinformation. I see it all the time in the finance world and even worse in the news. All the bias and misinformation out there, sometimes I even have trouble knowing what's the truth. And that's why I've been using Straight Arrow News. SAN provides a free app and website dedicated to delivering unbiased and trustworthy news. They are here to give you the cold hard truth without spinning any narratives. They've been my go-to for staying on top of business and finance news and take weight off my shoulders knowing that they are committed to delivering nothing but the truth. When it comes to reading about the economy, they're my personal favorite to stay up to date without interference from any political bias. This app is also super easy to use, and all my news is consolidated into one place. If you're tired of misinformation and bias as well, check it out today. Visit san.com/Caleb or click the link in the description below to not only support me, but a group of journalists that are raising the bar on news and committed to bringing you the truth. Stay fully informed and download the Straight Arrow News app today. I don't think you've grown up. I don't think you're an adult. It's like you were raised in a jungle.
I certainly spent my last 2 weeks in Puerto Rico in the jungle, eating coconuts and bananas and sleeping in a hammock under the trees.
It just reminds me of
I did connect to Tarzan
skinny
a lot.
version of Tarzan.
Yeah. It's Phil Collins' soundtrack.
Okay.
It's incredible.
All right.
I watched it as a kid.
Okay,
I think maybe it infested in my psyche a little too much.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. What would you give yourself on a financial score? 0 being the absolute worst, 10 being the absolute best.
I think I'd put it on 2 scales or 2 different.
I just asked a simple question.
I mean,
on a scale I give.
Probably a 4.
You can invent your own scale, but answer a question based on my scale.
Probably a 4.
Okay.
All things considered that I experienced, a 9 because I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky that I didn't have a kid with some psycho. I didn't my debt is fairly small.
You would be the psycho to have the kid with. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, you're just interesting.
I'm not
you're
ready to be a father. That is
no.
Sure. But I want to be.
You can hardly take care of 2 dogs. You just left them for 3 months.
I didn't leave them. They were with me.
Oh, they came to Puerto
had
Rico?
the time of their lives. They're living in the jungle on the beach.
So this program paid for the dogs?
Mm-mm. I got assistance for that. I started to go
assistance how? I'm just trying to figure out how you paid for this.
I got to GoFundMe, and people donated to help me get my dogs across. And then on the way back,
just moocher.
I'm not. I didn't know how long I'd be there. It wasn't.
You ever worked for anything in your life? I mean, the inheritances. I mean, it's fine. It's
every penny I have, which may not be many pennies, I've worked for.
Do you
in
have
my life.
any pennies? You're in debt.
But I worked
sure your
for
net
that.
worth is negative. You're borrowing from Dave.com.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you're. So I met this guy at the dog park, and he was like, "Oh, just get Dave," and I was like, "All right."
Yes, the guy at the dog park. That's who we listen to.
Yeah. Well, that's who was there.
You know, listen to the dogs next. I don't know. Is that where we
might
go and
have
get
a better
advice?
idea of what to do than I do.
Okay. It's Capital One Quicksilver. It looks like you almost paid it off, but you didn't because still almost $5 of interest was accruing. Then you put on there $183. Now the credit limit is only $200. You started over the credit limit, which is insane. So what? Give us the story of this card. What is this to you? Because
so when I was in Puerto Rico, I was planning on paying off this thing, and then
this thing. Are you talking about this card?
The credit card, yeah, the credit, and the job I had never processed my direct deposit paperwork, so they were giving me a cash check, and my bank didn't exist in Puerto Rico, and so all of my bank account that I pay this card from just ended up going to negative $400, and I had tons of cash in my pocket, so I was
What's tons of cash?
$400 in cash, enough to get my account back to 0, but I couldn't actually get it in my account because I didn't have a bank there, and my bank was only in Texas. And so that was, I learned something from that. It's if you travel, make sure you have access to your money in banks that exist there. Who would have known that?
Why'd you come back?
Well, as a musician, I had a show in Austin, and that ended up being, I was like, oh, cool.
How much did you make?
And I had to pay over $400 just to fulfill the contract because I didn't sell enough tickets to
where was it
play
hosted?
the show. It was at Vulcan Gas Company, and it was by an organizer event.
Probably
that travels through the whole
people
country.
In there, if tightly packed.
There were none. They were
no, but that's what you could fit. Butt to butt.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I've been there when it's full. Yeah, there was 10 total for everybody. So like no one.
So you had to pay Vulcan.
No, I had to pay the organizer of the event. They do different pop-ups around the country.
How the did you commit to this? How'd they get you? And then why'd you commit to something that, like, do people know you?
Not.
Then how are you? How'd you get in this situation?
A bit of a blind judgment, I think. Where
explain.
I was like, well, I'm from Austin, and this show's in Austin, and it'll be a nice little homecoming because people will show up because I don't live there anymore. And then I went, and
who would show up?
I thought I had friends, but
oh, okay. Well, I mean, that would require a lot of friends. I have more than friends, I thought, but I have like 8.
Well, yeah, it was my first experience with like marketing my own show, and
well, are you saying you have 300 close friends?
Well, no, I had to sell 35 tickets minimum, and I sold 11, which isn't bad. But the whatever that is, 30, 20, whatever, like I had to pay for those tickets myself. And like,
how'd they find you? How did you get?
It was a stupid Facebook ad.
Why'd you sign? Oh,
I was like, oh, they play music. I do that.
Why'd you sign this? Why did you sign this knowing well, yes, I'm asking. You know that now. I'm trying to figure out why you signed it.
In the moment?
Because with what you're doing with this Philadelphia thing. I know. One second. Normally, I wouldn't care as much about this because this already happened. Mm-hmm. But with this thing you're doing to Philadelphia, your life plan, it screams like you're just going to do something like this over and over and over and over again. So I need to know the why.
Well, so I can understand that. And I think that a lot of people feel that I am doing the exact same thing I did when I left for Puerto Rico. But the difference is when I left for Puerto Rico, I was just overwhelmed about being in Austin. So like I was desperate and I was like, I just got to get out of here.
Overwhelmed? Why?
I mean, I was born and raised here. I've had nothing but traumatic and bad experiences my entire life around.
What was traumatic?
I mean, like, I didn't have a healthy mother growing up. I didn't have healthy people.
I have to ask because I mean, so many people make excuses on the show. So what was unhealthy? I need to make sure we're not making excuses. If it's valid, it's valid. If it's not, it's not.
No, I mean, I'm talking like abuse, like a physical drug, violence.
Okay.
As in any type of abuse you can imagine. All of the worst things that a parent can do to a child.
Okay.
And so like my dad also recognized that and he got custody of me and he was a good figure to look up to. And then right around the time that I was overcoming this like the emotional impacts of what my mom put around me, he was getting cancer. And then I spent the next 2 years, like my first 2 years of high school, watching him shrivel up and die.
High school, yeah.
And then my stepmom convinced me that I had to keep his death a secret.
What?
Like I couldn't tell anybody. Then he died when I was 16. I'll go back to junior year and pretend like he's home, like he's back home and everything's fine. None of my friends know. None of my teachers know. And for 2 years, I'm just like freaking out.
Why would she say that though? I'm so confused.
Psychos out there. I don't know. Okay. It was like she was saying that if it became known that my dad was gone, then my mom would find out. My mom would try to get custody of me and all this stuff. And it's like none of that is going to happen within 2 years while I'm also like at the age of 17, I can emancipate. There's a lot of evidence already in court against. Like it was just kind of unnecessary.
Okay,
but I believed her at the time. And so I did. I kept it all within and that didn't help me. And so then, you know, like she taught me how to shave. Like none of it felt right. And so all the like adult conversations I would have been having with my dad, I didn't get to have. And then, you know, my best friend, I had one friend in high school who helped me kind of through that loss. And then he passed away in a single car accident, like at 22, a few years after high school. And so then I like had nobody and I just became kind of like a floating sack of meat that just floated along and tried to just exist and didn't do a good job of it. And things just kind of went downhill from there. And so I feel like the last few years were me like the peak of me like just being stupid and idiotic and childlike. And then
so because realizing of all of that, you escaped Austin to go to Puerto Rico. You felt like you had to escape?
Right. And also like nobody does well where they're from. I don't know any. Like I was making
way overgeneralization. That's not even close to true. But okay.
Name me one person. Name me somebody who has done well in their hometown.
Mr. Beast.
Where's he from?
North Carolina.
But his whole thing is online. He has an online platform. I'm talking like
what? But he built a massive company. What are you talking about?
But like he has fans all over. Like, was it his fan base began where he is?
That doesn't matter to what you said. You said no one's been successful where they're from.
In there, not just where they're.
My parents are doing well in the town they're from. They've built good careers. My dad has a successful business now.
An entertainment career? Or like
well, you didn't say in entertainment.
Yeah.
You keep moving the goalposts.
What about socially? Are they socially normal? Are they like, they have friends and stuff? I can't relate. They
just went on a great vacation.
I live in a town where tourists come every single day, every single hour.
Buddy, yes, tourists come to Austin, but it's not,
and
like
everyone
LA
I meet,
or New York.
It is though.
No,
everyone
not.
I meet is like, oh, I just got here last month, and it's the best place I've ever been in my life. And everyone is
visiting.
They live, and I'm never leaving, and I got all these show opportunities, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm like, cool. I've been here my entire life, and nobody acknowledges my existence.
Have you done anything?
I'm everywhere. I've done everything.
Have you done anything notable that would have other people acknowledge your existence? I'm sorry. This is going to sound rude.
Well,
this is going to sound rude, but you are not entitled to that. You actually have to achieve something. You have to do something. You have to put into the work, and then you can be acknowledged.
I agree, but what is notable? Like, define notable.
No, define. Okay.
Have I?
Define notable.
Notable means worthy of attention or notice. Remarkable.
What have you done that's remarkable?
I don't know is that something I can even decide? I can even declare?
Well, I guess the audience would decide.
And apparently the answer is no.
There you go. So why would they then?
But everywhere I go, every time I leave Austin, I'm notable.
Yeah, to how many people?
Everybody I meet. Everybody and I.
Oh, come on. Are you telling me if you go to Puerto Rico, everyone's going to show up? The whole San Juan's going to be like, whoa! He's back! Let's go!
Maybe. Haven't done it. Got to find out.
I don't want to shit on your dreams, but you're just sounding a little delusional with this and a little entitled.
Yeah, I don't know that I agree with the entitlement.
No one else makes it in their city. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, everything's a generalization. Every statement
musicians in Austin live lives by performing. Do they become famous? Not necessarily.
I was born and raised here, and every single musician that I've known that was also born here moved to Leander. Like,
also, Austin's
none of them
only
can
the
make
fifth.
it.
Even though we're the 11th most populated city in the country, we're the 15th most visited by tourists.
We're also number 5 on the list of cities that people are leaving the most, which is a recent study that came out in the last year.
Great, so that completely contradicts what you were saying there at the beginning.
I'm saying that nobody likes it here because it's too, like, there's so many reasons. It's not the place to be anymore.
It here? What are you talking
generally, about? If we're generalizing, it's number 5 on the list of people are leaving. People are recognizing that whatever the advertisement for Austin is
this doesn't matter to the conversation. But to be clear, just like any COVID boom city where we had an insane amount of people move here, yes, all of those cities.
But that's been true my whole life. I've been here for 20. Yes, every year it's been like, oh, Austin's number 2 or number 1 on the most moved to cities in Texas, in America. It's the fastest growing city. Blah, blah. And now it's suddenly like, nope, it's not growing anymore.
So that's not true your whole life. It's just now because after the COVID
for the first time in 29 years.
Almost every city that had the big COVID boom has experienced the same analytics.
But not every city before the COVID boom was growing.
This doesn't matter. I care about you. What are you talking? Okay. I don't see. This doesn't matter. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying that
tell me what you're trying to say.
I think it's very important for me, even if it's just temporary, for a year, for 2 years, whatever, that I get out of Austin. Maybe not other people. They can sit in their boxes and work their career jobs and be happy with that. But I can't.
Okay. So what are you going to do then? What's your plan? I'm going to pretend that's not an entitled position because you think you deserve to make it. But
I don't deserve anything.
Okay, cool.
I
So
think
then
that
what's
I'm
the plan?
capable of it.
Okay, what's the plan then?
I'm going to DC and performing at the Kennedy Center in a play as a lead
Are there
role.
people there as well?
No, it's the local theater festival that happens every year, and it's a whole industry.
Okay,
Dinner,
how'd you get into
reception
that?
afterwards. I applied to I applied to the role that was listed, and then I got asked to audition with the actual script, and then I sent in a videotape reading the script, and got the role. And a lot of things that I've applied to, I've gotten the role because of the fact that I can play any role and fit into any dynamic, because I feel like I've already lived it. And I think that from
okay, how much is this paying? I'm gonna cheer that on. If you got a role, that's sick. I love that. That's great. Trust me, I'm not against you as an existence.
Yeah.
It's just what you've been talking about has not been like reality so far, but that's like a real thing. So what are you getting paid?
I'm making $250 for a one-time table read, and then there's the potential they want to turn it into a movie and go from there or whatever. But for this specific gig, I'm making $250, and then I'm setting up other projects in and around Philadelphia or New York or whatever to work outside of that. And I already am in talks.
So what's your pay for this position?
$250.
Okay. Just wanted to confirm. Also, I was fact checking you because it's important. Number one for 2023 and 2024 so far in terms of cities that people are leaving: Los Angeles number 1, Chicago number 2, Brooklyn number 3, Queens number 4, 5 Miami-Dade County, 6 Brooklyn, 7 Anaheim, California, 8 Pasadena, California, 9 San Diego, California, 10 San Jose, California. Austin's not on the top 10 list.
Well,
okay, so
just find whichever article says that Austin's number 5, and just like anything else on the internet,
if you go confirm
whatever
your
narrative, whatever
thing.
statistics, whatever scientific formula you want to put around it, you'll find the answer you're looking for. That's the issue with the internet. But
I think that's the issue with how you use
you
this.
go out and talk to real people every day too, instead of just
that's how we get
reading.
That's how we learn things.
I mean,
anecdotal
you go outside,
data.
Yeah, you go outside and you actually meet real people.
That's what an
and you get a
educated
different-
human person does.
Yeah,
That's
you live in the
fantastic.
real world. You can live in that box and get a totally
What
different.
an absolute joke! Just stop. Just stop. That's stupid. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
All that's gonna die eventually, and we're gonna like be
Computers.
sitting around. Yeah, technology, satellites.
Okay. You're. See, but
coming.
this is actually concerning, huh?
Stone Age is coming. We're gonna have to know how to like make fires.
But
in
this
the
is concerning.
forest.
This is actually your worldview, which is impacting what you're doing.
No, it's
That's why you're so
it's not
here.
impacting what I'm doing. I'm
How?
living because I'm still living in the world that is like what it is today.
But I don't
I'm
think you
reaping-
actually care as much to improve it based on the world because you actually believe those things in your bone, which
think
is
that-
so indicative of your financial situation.
That's fair. I think that the last few years it was impacting my decision making a little too much. But now I realize that there's a strong benefit to what we have available.
So what
here.
has changed?
Well, I need to like take advantage of the resources that exist.
What changed though to make you say that?
Failure and humility. Like I've been humbled by being a arrogant, like thinking I know more than I do
What?
in reality. Like
What?
I've been freaking wrong.
Well, you got a $250 gig.
Yeah,
They're paying for travel and living expenses, right?
partially
Oh, how much?
half.
So they're giving you $250 plus.
Lodging, half of the cost of my Airbnb.
How much is the other half going to cost?
Around $250.
I heard you guys wanted to get dirty again. Dirty money is back, and this time you're gonna be a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. And you know who you usually meet in those sheets? I'm personally into BBWs, budgeting, bonds, wealth. And this sexy merch is only available through the end of this month, and then it's going away. So to give you a little extra sweet treat, we're bringing back the classic dirty money as well. BDSM, sluts for index funds, finance daddy. If this isn't for you, you can eat my assets because I am myself an assets man. Go to calebhammer.com/dirty to check it out before these designs go away at the end of this month. The first 50 purchasers over $35 get a signed and framed photo of your favorite asset, the Hammer dump truck.
it's a springboard. Sometimes you got to hop on the springboard and allow it to
Yeah, I've
bounce.
just legitimately talked to over a dozen of people just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, just that springboard has not worked. I'm not saying
it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't work for most people.
Exactly, and I'm not saying I'm not trying to crush your dreams.
Yeah.
It's just we can go about these things in a smart, educated, strategic way to be safe. If you had it. I did not allow myself to quit my adult job to do YouTube full time till I had a year's worth of an emergency fund. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give this my all because I was able to stockpile. I went about it in a mature way. No bad debt. And then pursued it like a full on business. You're doing this like a hobby, just having fun, traveling around. You don't have any savings to your name and you have debt. That's not how we do this. And that's why a lot of people fail because they have to get back to reality quicker because you don't set yourself up for success. I know you want to rush into this. It makes sense. It's a want. You want this. I want it for you too. Give yourself the best shot to get there.
Right.
I know I'm being a dick, but I do want you to succeed.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to not challenge your worldview because your worldview is idiotic. But, it's not out of hating you.
Yeah. I'm not trying to like repeat patterns. But I just, regardless of anything, I would be leaving Austin. Whether I would be figuring out a way to leave
Stop
Austin.
touching the table and I'll make you leave Austin in a body bag.
I will be focused on establishing that consistency and patience and taking the time and dedication and hard work that it takes to set myself up
but you
successfully after I leave Austin.
But you have to work in the arts according to you.
No. I'm open to.
Why does it have to be Philadelphia?
It doesn't.
Okay, but that's what you already decided.
I mean, things can change. Things can change all the time.
I'm sorry, guys. 37 minutes into the recording. I don't know what your timestamp is, but we haven't done. Let me at least go through the Quicksilver. I know I can get lost in the sauce sometimes. So again, $5 of interest agreement. It's not crazy, but you put the balance is $190 on a $200 credit limit. You started the balance over the credit limit.
Yeah, it's partially because I bought a guitar right after I paid it off, and I swore I wasn't going to spend any more money on music, and then I found this $99 guitar, and I was like, well, I'm playing.
I see a charge of $159 from Guitar Center.
That was because it was partially on a different card. I think I paid $50 on my debit card, and then the rest on.
You said it was $99 or something.
Well, I got a case because I was like, I need to protect it.
We went in a store, got some bullshit. 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 And Grande H2O.
Water. Gotta stay hydrated.
Oh, that's what H2O is. Oh, interesting. Who would have thought?
It is. It's cheaper than buying a gallon.
Any chance? You brought your van here, right? You got here with the van that you're like, do everything. Do you have your guitar with you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's at least test your talents. Can you test your talent for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give us something. Give us something. Go ahead. You can go ahead and get it. Yeah. Let's see it. And you, the audience, let him know in a genuine, honest way, not to, I know we can get a little cranky in the comment sections, in a genuine, honest way. If you think it's good, encourage him to pursue this in a financially smart way. If you think it's bad, also let him know. This is an honest zone. This is a truth zone.
Well, look, I recognize that my financial success isn't going to come from music. What I started realizing is like music is what I do for me.
So what's your financial success going to come from?
Performing and like acting.
Okay. And how many acting gigs have you ever gotten?
I've been pursuing acting for less than 2 months, and I've gotten over 4, and I've made more money from acting than I did in 10 years.
How much have you made?
Almost 1,000.
Okay, that means the 10 years was an absolute failure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Listen, I feel like I'm walking into a youth campground right now, but just go ahead.
What
You tell me.
Okay.
Are you going to sing?
You want me to?
Yeah, I want you to give us your all. Give us your all.
My all. Okay. Been so certain. Ain't been learning. Oh, ain't been learning. And I'm certain. Oh, I'm certain. Something's brewing. Something's brewing.
Is there a more interesting
What do
song?
I know?
By chance?
Well, so I taught myself ukulele last year, and I'm teaching myself guitar.
Well, I mean,
right now.
you're just your vocal thing. You're just doing the same vocal phrase over and over again, even if with different words. So give me a little bit of vocal range here. Give me something that does a little different vocals. I think one of the strings is out of tune, or your fingering's wrong.
No,
okay.
it is. Yeah, I didn't tune it.
Vocal range.
Vocal range.
Give it to me.
I'm a baritone.
Yeah, within the baritone range. Give me some, just your range. I'm not talking about go soprano and cut off your balls. This is where I push the red button going, eh!
That's fair.
Do a song! Buddy, you want to do this for a living. Come on.
Name a song.
Oh, Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter.
I don't even know who or what that is. I never heard of that in my life. Espresso. Espresso. In the morning, I drink espresso. That's pretty good, right?
I don't think you're a singer.
No, I mean,
I'll be critical. I don't think you're a singer. I think the guitar probably, maybe. I don't know. You're kind of just playing a few little riffs over and over again, but it's kind of what it comes down to in different ways.
I realize it.
Okay, yeah, but vocally, I don't think you have vocals. I don't have vocals either. Don't get me wrong.
Singers have vocals.
Okay, well,
If you
calm
really
down.
think about it.
No, that doesn't make any sense to me. All right, thanks. Yeah, hit my table.
Sorry.
Why don't you do that? Yeah, do that some more.
He's a tough guy.
Wonderful. And the card's at 30.74% interest rate. Okay, buds. Dave, extra cash account statement. Oh, good. You were like overdrafting, so it brought money in to your other accounts. And okay. So yeah, overdraft. That's insane. Express fees, overdraft, tips. Oh, that's good. That's good. This is insane. Extra cash overdraft, $75. Fees, $15. Tips, $3.75. That's what a joke. And you've only put. Well, it's at 0 right now. At least at the time of this statement.
Yeah, see? I stopped taking extra cash.
You better stop. But it was well, how are you financially going to get there? Because you also gotta. Are you driving to this show?
Yeah, so I gotta like save up $500 to pay for gas to get
Okay, so
there.
we're sinking $750 into this $250
Yeah.
so far, plus food, plus.
Think about learning a trade, that I can do.
What the are you? Yeah, sure. Yeah, go into
projects?
trades. I don't think you'll make it through trade school to save your life.
No,
Let me
not
see those
trade
hands.
school. Huh?
Nothing.
I'm gonna like be a poker dealer or something. Something I can do at night, Just like make some things and then do projects.
Make some things. Guys, we have life figured out. Success.
I mean, I
feel like it's a waste, but I will gift you a certification from Course Careers if you ever want it. It's great tech certifications, things like accounting for adults. I don't think you'll ever touch it, but
I'll touch
will
it.
bring that up for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. Hard inquiries. I'm glad you didn't get approved for that. Oh, I think you did. Credit cards. There's that credit card. You have a Credit Karma thing?
Yes.
What is that?
I got that recently.
What is it?
I don't really even know.
Do you use it?
Yeah.
What?
It's like a debit card and a spending account and a savings account and some sort
Is it
of
like a charge card? I
credit
bet it's
building.
is it like the Fizz card?
I don't
Do
know.
they use it
I
like
have
that?
It's like an own bank account. It's like an online bank account.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me see it because I don't have a statement for that.
I
No. I want to see the account. I want to see the card. I don't give a shit about the card. What am I going to do with the card?
It's got $0 on it. It's pretty valuable.
But is it credit? Because it's being reported.
No, it's...
But this is through the Credit Karma app.
Right.
You went to school. I see some university 2019 thing, but it was closed.
No, that was just the name of the thing for my car at the time. It's just the name of the bank, University Federal Credit Union. I was paying off the card.
Parking.
Car.
Is this gas $30? 7-Eleven, would that be gas $30?
Yeah.
Because it's flat.
Yeah.
But you also went into HEB and got some bullshit. And then you got declined. Something declined $30 there. More gas. Great.
Right.
Oh, good. This is fantastic. Wonderful. I'm cranky right now. Okay.
You want some matcha?
Nope.
Okay. This place is pretty nice, you know?
Thank you.
There's
Are you going to move here?
aside from, hey, maybe squatters' rights, right?
Not in Texas.
There's
I'll go buy a gun from across the street.
aside from the chains and whips over there, I feel pretty safe.
I wish. This place would be much more fun as a kink zone than hosting whatever you are.
It's got the lighting.
Okay. What is in collections? What is this?
It is.
Because it's $1,395.
Yeah, so before I left Austin the first time, I broke my lease early, which was a terrible idea. And then they charged us for a full month of rent after we had already kind of paid, and that just never got paid. So I'm working on the second I have an extra $1,395, I'm gonna get it off credit.
Work the job, man. I could get you to financial.
I think if I had worked a job like a long time ago,
normalness so quick, you have no idea.
like a year ago, and I just dedicated
What was
6
it?
months.
Yes.
But I was too hung up on the fact that I had to go like do something and be something or something.
Can I see that wallet again? It looked really weird. Can I see? If you don't have an insane weird wallet like this and you have an interesting story and want help with your finances, feel free to apply to be on the show. CalebHammer.com/apply.
I think it was $5.
Great. Looked free.
It was handmade or something.
Oh, checking account. Okay, sure. What do we have in here? $206. There's actually money in here.
Maybe, yeah. Something like that.
Every business needs a website. It's the first impression valuable potential customers see online. But so many websites are poorly designed, turning those precious eyes away from your business. Luckily, the sponsor of today's episode, Durable, is here to solve that problem. Durable is the #1 AI website builder and business platform for entrepreneurs. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Durable makes it ridiculously easy to build a stunning website in just 30 seconds. And guess what? You don't need any coding or design skills. I mean, if I can do it, you can too. With Durable, you can create a website for free, make sure everything is just right, and pay when you're ready to launch. Yep, you heard that right. Just head over to durable.co/Caleb to start building. Once you're ready to publish, use my code Caleb30 to save 30% off your first 3 months on any plan. That's right, 30% off. What I love about Durable is how customizable everything is. AI creates all the images, content, and overall design creation for you, and you can go in and customize to your liking. Plus, with tools like the AI CRM and AI Blog Builder, managing your business has never been easier. So stop making stupid taquito excuses and take control of your financial future. Go to durable.co/Caleb to try Durable for free and use code Caleb30 to get 30% off any plan for 3 months. Trust me, use Durable and step up your website game today. Why are you here? For f***ing sake, why are you here?
Because I don't even know like the first thing about financial guidance.
Okay.
And
what do you want?
a clearer path forward.
Will you listen to me?
Yeah.
You seem so ready for what you already have planned.
I mean, I think that I'm going to do what I have planned, but I'm also going to listen to you and find a way to mesh both worlds together.
So essentially, I need to come up with a way to make your plan not as dumb as it already is.
Possibly, if that's what you're down for.
Well, I think that's
out.
because if I make up a plan that is actually smart, I don't think you'd follow it, meaning it's kind of pointless. So I might have to adapt it to you to at least make sure you get any kind of help, or else there's no point of this.
That's fair. I think so.
Went inside, got some BS. Dave Inc. Taco Bell. Oh, this is great for someone that doesn't make any money.
I mean, yeah, it's cheap.
Grande H2O. Okay, what is this Grande H2O?
It's like one of them water stations outside of the HEB.
So you get like a big thing?
2 gallons for like $1 instead
have
of going
water at your
inside.
apartment?
Huh? No, I don't have any. Where I'm living right now is on my cousin's property with no plumbing. I live in a broken down trailer.
Where do you poop?
I drive to HEB. That's what I'm always there.
No way.
Yeah, I have.
You have to poop so you get in the car. How far are you away from an
10
HEB?
minutes. So when I wake up some mornings, it's cutting it close. I'm like, I may have to dig a hole today, but so far I haven't.
I would have to, because I have about 5 minutes from when I feel it to when I'm like running.
I'm a little more on top of it.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
But if I,
especially after all
that's
the
where I
Taco
brush
Bell
my
you eat.
teeth. Yeah. Well,
you brush your teeth. You're kind of homeless, but you're not homeless. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. It is.
Also,
weird.
you need to wear sunscreen.
Okay. I don't like sunscreen, but yeah, I hear you.
Well, you're 29, but I'm seeing signs of like sun aging.
I have cancer.
You do?
No, I don't know. I thought I was asking. You're a doctor, right?
How would it?
Dr. Hammer?
Okay, yeah, you're trying to be funny. That's fun. That's great. Okay.
My dad died of cancer, so.
What kind?
It's like a really rare form called goblet cell carcinoid that has only had like 600 cases ever in the world.
Wow, that's wild. Like, I'm sorry, that sucks.
No, it's
so maybe we wear sunscreen to avoid getting skin cancer, or at least avoid. You're a handsome dude. You got things going for you. You're skinny. You're tall, right? How tall are you?
6'2".
Okay. Yeah. So you got things going for you that I'm jealous of. Like I wouldn't be able to work on the height. I could get fit, but whatever.
Man, I wish I could gain weight.
May as well. Okay, shut up. May as well not look 40.
Right.
When you're 32. So wear some sunscreen, buddy, because I see signs of aging on there. I don't think the cameras pick it up because they don't pick it up as like close as I do, but you got some sun aging going on. Okay?
All right.
Just looking out. Taco Bell, and that's another reason why I'm surprised you're able to make it 10 minutes. And then you're back going in for BS. Every time you go to HEB, you're just like getting some like $3 like snack and drink.
Yeah, I tried not to. Yeah.
Well, you do it every day of your life, so I don't. Yeah. YouTube Mush Mountain View. Oh, that's where it's from. So is that YouTube Premium?
It was. Yeah, I don't have it. Well,
have you canceled your subscriptions?
Yes. Just recently.
Taco Bell. Very good buys. $5.
Yeah, man, I got these sandals. It's a thrift store in Fort Worth. $5. Been wearing them almost every day since.
Dave, going in, getting some BS. Hop Dotty, you can't afford Hop Dotty, Dave.
No, I promised a friend I'd buy her lunch.
Yeah, you can't afford your lunch or her lunch. You don't make money.
Made it happen that day.
You
but
didn't.
Not
You're further into
day.
debt. You spent more than you made. So
yeah,
incorrect.
Yeah, that's fair.
Going in, getting some BS. You filled up some water. Taco Bell. I understand filling up water in situations. Fine. So I'm actually not going to call that out when I see that. Taco Bell. Going in, getting some BS. Dave. Going in, getting some BS. 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 Cash apping out $11. Dave. Going in, getting some BS. Going in, getting some BS. Going in, getting some BS. And telling Beats.
Yeah,
$40.
Yeah, it was
What is that?
I released a new song today, actually, this morning, and that was an instrumental of the song I recorded.
Just instrumental, no vocals?
I added the vocals. The music video.
Okay, we're gonna listen to it in the post show.
Oh my.
We're gonna listen in the post show. Hey, buddy, if you don't want people to hear it, don't release it.
No,
That's what I say.
Yeah. The music video drops at 6 p.m. today. I shot it 2 days ago. I didn't spend money on the video.
What is this though? You said what is the $40?
Well, I spent money on the instrumental.
Oh, you didn't even like make the song?
There's certain times where I use an instrumental that I made. And
you're
other
like
times,
a fake musician. Okay, going in and getting some BS. I can't.
No, there's other times where I want to
it.
use somebody else's instrumental because it's a form of collaboration, and like
a form of collaboration that you pay with and they don't even know about because you're.
I make all the money. The way that contract works is like I paid $40. And he doesn't want anything after that.
I know
because
you paid for the. Gosh. Okay, this car.
It can only be good for both of us.
This van that you're driving to a new place to stay in and live in. How is it?
it's not gonna make it much longer if we're being real about it.
And we're relying on it to travel to this gig and to. Oh my gosh, how many miles are on it?
284,000.
Whoa, what is it?
It's a 01 Ford Explorer, and it doesn't have AC.
How are you existing?
It's not easy.
No. Oh, these poor dogs.
Well, we go to the dog park and hang out at the creek all day, so it's like we're in water.
Well, that's because you don't have a job.
Yeah. And
yeah,
they
we would all
deserve it.
that too, but I'll do that too. But we decided that we were going to be adults. You have not left the age of 13 yet.
I mean, they're having fun.
No, and I'm glad they are. Like, truly. Like, I am happy for them in that case. Unfortunately, if a vet emergency happens, then I feel bad for them because you have no way to pay for it.
Oh, I mean,
financing through the vet.
13-year-olds. Yeah, 13-year-olds are having fun with their life because they're not worried about stuff.
So this van, what are we doing? What's the idea with it?
Well, take
It's obviously paid for.
take as good a care of it as I can. Make
You
it
said
last.
it's not going to last in general.
Well, not forever. Nothing
Well,
does.
but, like,
It's
how-
just old, man. It's like it's in good shape, to be honest. For as old as it is, I had to get all new brakes for it last year, and it was over $1,000. And I don't want to put that much into it again. 'Cause
The internet, your favorite thing, says that they last around $200,000 and can last 300,000 miles.
Which we're getting
You're
close to.
284, and going to Philadelphia is 1,664
I've also seen cars
miles
that had
away.
800,000 miles on it, and I don't think it'll get there. But
Yeah, probably not.
so before then, I want to be able to have my credit in a good enough spot
Okay.
to be able to put a down payment on a car and get a new car, and then start using
Oh, I'm
that to build my
sure
credit.
that's going to go great.
And if I can build my credit to a decent
With
enough,
what income? How are you going to get approved for a car loan? And if you do, your car loan is going to be like 30% for 8 years, and you're probably going to get something you can't even come close to affording. And if you get approved, I don't know how you're going to get approved. What are you talking about? What world are you in? You have a maxed out credit card and have collections. What
But
credit score are you talking
my
about?
collections are tiny and my credit limit is tiny, so
You know
all
what that
that-
means?
that I
Actually,
don't
no,
make much money.
No, let's use this as a learning. Sorry, I almost freaked out. Let's use utilization is a massive part of your credit score. You don't want to go over 30%. You don't really want to go over like any percent, so you don't want to hold any interest. But either way, it negatively impacts your credit score when it goes over 30% because your credit limit is so low. 30% of your credit limit is $60.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a balance more than that, but you're sitting at 200.
Mm-hmm.
Your credit. What's your credit score? We were just in Credit Karma. What was it?
Yeah, it's like 545 or something. 5
And
something.
collections, what? Hits it by, what, 30 points, 40 points, or 20 points? I don't remember because I don't get them.
Right. It's 565. It went up 12 points this week.
Can we even make a budget for you? You're leaving. When are you leaving?
At the latest, August 17th.
Latest. Okay, so
If
budget
not,
makes no
early.
sense. What are you paying for rent right now?
Not.
At least there's
Thank
that.
God, yeah.
What's your plan for income out there?
I hope to figure that out soon before I get there. If any, like, I have a couple things ruminating in my head. Maybe get a job at
How much of it is skunk?
None. I spend no money on. I've never drank. I might.
It was a joke. What's ruminating or what's going around that head?
Probably weed. I've thought about maybe like working at a dog daycare because I've done that before. It doesn't pay anything, but like
Why not
side
get a
income.
job?
Well, like, because then every job that I could get that like pays a decent amount, like wants a commitment for me for life, and I'm like, every business person I meet is like cares so much about their place.
The
and it's like
business
that makes
they own.
Yeah, it makes sense because that's your thing. But that's not my baby. Like I have a life. I have goals. I have things that I do outside of work. I want to be able to go to work and do. Like I'm not against working hard. I love working. I actually do. I just don't like getting trapped into circumstances.
Trapped how? You can leave a job whenever you want to.
But
But yes, when you're in like that shift, you're committed, and if you're not committed, you don't work there because you're fired.
But I feel
you
like
can
things,
leave whenever you want.
I feel like
you're
things
looking
are
at it
about
like
to
it's
move.
like slavery for the rest of your life. That's not how that works. It's not. You're getting paid for something you agreed to. You have come to the contractual agreement with the employer. They need this. You want a job and money, and you guys are able to figure it out in the marketplace of what that income is like for you to accept that position.
Which I'm open to figuring out once I leave Austin, because I've been doing that. I've been knowing that I'm leaving Austin for like over about 2 months now, and initially
2 months.
And initially,
good.
I was like applying to every single job on Indeed you could think of. Everything.
Yeah, but I bet your resume is like a joke. Like, we would probably want to use a resume building service.
Maybe. I mean, my resume is pretty good. It's like I've spent long dedicated time at places.
No, I know, but like your resume itself, the build out of it might not be very good.
Oh, like the look?
Not just the look, but like the keywords and everything you're using.
Oh. I've never really thought about it.
Okay, so it's
but like, I mean, I'm a hireable person once you look. Like, my resume has gotten
but you
me,
gotta likely. I mean, they just sifted through systems, and then you gotta get interviewed from there. Like, you're
every time I go to an interview, things go well.
Really?
Which can be bad because like then I'm like, well, now I have to do it.
You're not required to stay at a job. You can leave a job. I don't think you should.
So,
but you're acting like once you accept a job position, you are there until you're 70.
If
and there's nothing
feels like
you
that's
can
what
do.
they want from me, and they know I can't give them that.
No, of course. If you're a good employee, they would want you to stick around. But if you're a good employee and they want you to stick around over the course of years, that means you get to make more money because they want to keep you around.
Yeah, but now I'm in this spot where I'm in this limbo stage where I can't really get a job in Austin because I'm about to leave, but I can't really get a job in Philadelphia because I'm not there yet. But I want a job. I do want a job.
No, you don't. You just said.
Ideally, I'd be able to just make all my money from acting and performing, and magically everything will be.
Doesn't happen magically.
Right,
you know, we grind away.
Fantastically, like that'd be awesome.
Also, Washington D.C., Philadelphia, not known as an acting city.
But it has hubs that it connects to, like New York. And so I can't live in New York. I don't want to live in New York. But, you know, ideally, like, oh, it all works out, and I'm a great, terrific, successful actor. But
good game plan.
Obviously, I have to have a side plan in the meantime, because I still believe wholeheartedly that is what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know how fast that's going to happen for me.
But I don't think you know anything.
And I need to.
Here's a recap of this conversation. You currently have to drive 10 minutes to take a poo-poo right now, and you don't have water. Okay, you know, that's your situation. Life handed you $60,000 on a silver platter, and you blew it all in 3 months and left the $25,000 of it in a parking lot, essentially, and drove away. Took money from a charity to go be homeless in Puerto Rico with no plan. Got back to Austin, agreed to some shady predatory music contract, and lost hundreds of dollars. Now you're planning to drive to Philadelphia with a broken down car to basically go homeless again. And you refuse to get a real job because you think it's slavery. And
I'll be in the chilliness, so it won't be as hot in my car.
Yeah, that's where you die, though.
You got blankets and heaters. There's 3 of us.
Oh, the dogs? Oh, those poor dogs.
They love their life.
Not me.
You know, they did a study in like homeless people with dogs. They were like,
I don't know. Everything you've cited so far has been incorrect when I look it up. So
veterinarians were advocating that, you know, homeless people take much better care of their dogs than people in their boxes because their dogs are much happier being in like the real world, like nature and stuff.
Real world?
And like it's
really the ones I see with the homeless here are on a sidewalk this big next to raging cars that are flying by.
I actually agree. So I don't know what this article is talking about. I'm just sharing.
And I see them eating pizzas. I don't think that's sure, it tastes great. I don't think it's what dogs are supposed to be eating. Highly doubt their life expectancy is as good as whatever. Why am I wasting my time on that? I don't know what to do with you, man. I'm just thinking. I mean, you have nothing invested. I want to make an example of like what it's like if you open like a account with a brokerage like Moo. I mean, that's what I use. So I buy some stocks in there, right? You know, I just buy into the overall stock market, and I watch the money grow and compound over the course of our lifetime because we are the same age, and you know, I'm looking for that chance to have a good retirement. I want that for you, and I don't know how to bring an example to you because I don't think you that resonates with your lifestyle or care at all. But I have to make whatever suggestion I have based on what you're already going to do.
So how do I?
And also in the recap, your singing was bad. It was okay. It was mid.
Yeah.
The guitar
mid's
I
enough.
couldn't judge.
Mid's enough. How do I like still pursue creative pursuits
Yeah.
without like completely giving them up?
Well, again, that's the thing. Whatever I suggest, you're not going to do that because you already have a thing. So I'm trying to work my suggestion into your thing.
Well, so here's an alternative. I go up to DC, I perform, and I'm gone a week, and I come back and implement your plan.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the plan I would do, any job you can, overnight Whataburger, coffee shop, literally anything you can go get. The median low wage in Austin, the median entry level lowest wage in Austin is $19 an hour. So let's say you're making $19 an hour. You're going to work 60 hours a week across different jobs. All of this is easier said than done. I'm doing the fast forward on this, but you're applying to jobs. You're just working as much as you can, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Times that by 52, you're not taking any time off. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's say you're walking home. I mean, that's $60,000 a year. That's not bad. Of course, that's 60 hours a week. You know, sustainable over the long term. No, but we're doing temporary sacrifice. Let's say you just make $40,000. Let's say you walk away with 30. Walk away with 30. I'm trying to take into account your existence. $2,500 a month. You can continue to live with your brother. Was it cousin?
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, for a while, for a bit.
Yeah. I can, yeah.
Okay, continue to.
Yeah.
Have your weird poo situation. Because no rent and just paying a little bit of water. Like, that's incredible. Like, the $2,500, what I would do is take care of both of your debts immediately. I would chop up your credit card. You're not a credit card person. You can't manage that. Yes, we'll focus on building credit eventually, but that's not your main focus right now. What I would do, then with that $2,500, with your minimal living expenses, very minimal, $300 on food, $100 on everything else to survive, and whatever else you need. Let's say you have an extra $1,500 a month. I think you actually have more because you could live bare bones. If this is what you really care about and you want to go all in, what I would save up is $25,000 over the course of a year and a quarter. 30 by the time you're, a year and a quarter from now. Then feel free, give it all you got. Give it all you got in a very smart and conservative way. Still living bare bones off that $25,000 because you can blow through that $25,000 quick. You've already done it with 30, but bare bones, like $1,000 a month. Just bare bones as much as you can. Depends on where you are. With that, you try to make it as much as possible because it is your dream. And fine, okay, do that. Once the $25,000 gets to about $5,000, that's when we start reconsidering things and we start looking for some adult jobs. So you extend that 25 as much as you can, spend 20 of it while you're trying to make your dreams, and then we start making enough to at least survive and get something in investment, like at least 20% at that point after that, and then pursue your passions on the side. Like, we don't stop pursuing them. But I'm going to give you a little bit to go all in, and you got to work your off to get there in a year and a quarter. And I think you can make more money than this quicker, but this is I'm just trying to think of you. I don't think you're going to feel like, oh, I'm a slave because I'm making $19 an hour and I can't get out of it. I'm forced to stay here until I die. So
yeah,
I don't know. I have a little hope in that, but you can do that. That would be a way to do it. I wouldn't want most people to do that, but if that's your thing, I want to try to relate it to your situation.
Right.
That is what I would do were I in your shoes with your brain.
Right.
And then, once you're about $5,000 left, get a job that allows you to survive and set at least 20% aside for retirement so we can start getting something going. Like at least $200 a month for retirement or something like that, Just at least that. So just get some compounding going throughout your life and then pursue your passions on the side. And if one takes off, one takes off. That's great. That's what I would do. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I can wrap my head around that. It makes sense.
And I'm giving you a chance here, man.
Yeah.
Giving you a chance. But I'm also giving you a reality at the end of it if it doesn't work out.
Right.
I'm excited to listen to that full song in the post show and fully judge it.
Yes.
And you will not copyright strike this video, right? Do we have permission and consent to play that video and the song that you played?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, YouTube, if he tries to pull some weird...
The song is not allowed to be content ID, whatever, so...
Well, it's in the post show anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Hammer financial score. Spending the budget you overspent. Debt you have collections 0. Emergency fund you have nothing. Retirement nothing. Real estate nothing. I mean, this is the obvious from 2 minutes into the conversation. But hopefully, I hope people related to. There's going to be a few weirdos out there that related to it and actually want to kind of make it kind of like you and the things you want to do. And that might be a way to do it. And I think that is important in the end. And hopefully, you had some worldviews challenged and you're able to reflect on this and you know, be a little more mature. But thanks, Hammer Financial Score, 0 out of 10. Make sure to stick around for the post show and check out all the links in the description below as they are resources that I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting program and best investing program, now bundled at a lower price with an extra $300 in cash rewards thanks to Moo. Check it all out in the description below. Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
Most of the Austin icons weren't born in Austin.
So you're saying that everyone can move to Austin and make it, but people born in Austin can't make it?
All of them are transplants. Like
I'm willing to debate the
1,000%.
stupid stuff in the post show because I don't have to bring it back to financial audit.
My lack of success here in Austin is more tied to my individual
I think
about
it's
people.
contributed to you just not, how do I say this in a nice way?
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.